is John Finnemore's Souvenir programme.
OK, how about a Navy detective? Do they have that? Like, you know, solving crimes on ships?
Been done.
Seriously?
In America.
OK, how about an island detective?
Bergerac.
No, like a Caribbean island.
Death in Paradise.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't think there's any kind of detective that's not been done.
Oh, I don't know. There might be one.
Staff announcement, store detective to the biscuit aisle. The store detective to the biscuit aisle.
Oh, stone the crows, not the biscuit aisle. I'm supposed to be on a diet.
That's enough of your comic relief, Snowman. Sounds like we've got a case. I'm Store Detective Casterbridge. This is Sidekick Store Detective Snowman. You called for me? This had better be good.
It certainly is good, Store Detective. I'm a stock taker in this supermarket. I've just stock taken these Jaffa cakes.
What of it?
I'm coming to that. According to my records, there should be 24 boxes of Jaffa cakes, and that's just what there aren't. There are 23.
And you think someone's taken the 24th?
I don't think it, Store Detective. I know it.
Or maybe you're just not quite the hotshot stock taker you think you are, and you did your sums all wrong.
I resent that, and besides, how do you explain these?
Crumbs, sir.
Snowman, are you exclaiming crumbs or pointing out crumbs?
Both, sir. Crumbs, sir. Crumbs.
Well, it certainly looks like someone took those Jaffa cakes. But how do I know that someone wasn't you, stock taker guy?
Are you accusing me, Store Detective?
I did just do that, yes.
Well, I'm afraid you're barking up quite the wrong tree there, Store Detective. I don't even like Jaffa cakes. Ask anyone. I prefer hobnobs, personally.
Do you know the damnedest thing? I believe you. Well, Snowman, looks like we've got a case of shoplifting on our hands.
Crumbs, sir.
Are you pointing out more crumbs?
No, sir, just the explanation this time.
Right.
Crime drama is sponsored by Mulligan's Ice Lollies. It's a murder how nice they are.
The committee is gathered, sir. Encrypted cable from HMS Dauntless estimates we have 14 minutes in hand.
Thank you, Morrison. Seal the bunker. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for convening at such short notice. I need hardly state that this briefing is of the utmost sensitivity and confidentiality, and minutes will not be taken. You will all have heard rumours of a breach of Protocol 9 somewhere in or near the Arctic Circle. I can confirm that those rumours are true. Let me hand over now to Professor Chilliard, who can give you a rundown on the situation.
Thank you, Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, not only has Protocol 9 been breached, but in at least 3 separate penetration zones. And whilst 2 of these are code Amber, 1 is code Black.
12 minutes, sir.
Thank you.
I should, perhaps, allow Admiral Blake to explain the ramifications of that.
Yes, excellent. And perhaps, if I might suggest, Admiral, quite briskly.
Well, I'm afraid it's just about as bad as it can be. The ramifications are quite simply this. Every vessel at every level currently working in the North Sea.
Yes, what about them?
Must be regarded as compromised.
I see. Well then.
And not only that,
Right.
but also a potential
Enemy
risk.
Quite so. Thank you.
8 minutes, sir.
Yes. Then, Sir Peter, as Chief of the Defence Staff, what, in your view, is our most urgent course of action? And if I can, without offence, stress the word urgent.
We have but one course open to us.
Yes, and what is it in your opinion?
It is
Yes?
terrible,
Right?
but it is
Don't say necessary.
necessary.
Right.
6 minutes.
Yes, if I can just encourage everyone on committee, I do realise a situation of this seriousness requires a certain amount of gravitas, but can I also respectfully suggest that time is not entirely on our side?
Very well, then. What we must do, ladies and...
Seriously, you can skip the ladies and gentlemen.
without
Delay, yes?
delay,
Yes?
3 minutes.
is...
If I can just quickly interject.
Of course, Admiral. The floor is yours.
I think we all know the course Peter is suggesting.
Yes.
No, we don't all. No, let him say it. He's so nearly said it.
2 minutes.
But I wonder.
Is it this button? Is it pressing this button?
My dear fellow, pressing that button
Yes, yes?
is the only
Possible solution.
thing
That would make things worse.
that would
Make things better.
make
1 minute.
Right, I'm pressing it now.
no difference at all.
30 seconds.
Whereas the course, Sir Peter, is, with regret, suggesting is, and do stop me if I'm wrong,
10, 9,
that we should,
8,
quite simply,
7,
if we wish
6,
to have
5,
any hope
4,
of survival
2,
at
1,
all,
0.
string this meeting out at all costs so that we can all remain safely in this lead-lined bunker when it all kicks off.
Quite right, Professor, quite right. Rather cold-blooded, but the only practical solution, don't you agree, Admiral?
Oh, absolutely, Sir Peter, absolutely.
Oh, you rotten eggs. And now we come to the centrepiece of the exhibition. Can anyone tell me what this object is? No? You can't see it at the back. It's roughly cuboid, about a foot square, beautifully finished with brushed aluminium and maple wood, and under the glass lid are 4 round places for putting something, each about the size of a jam jar lid. And when I press this switch, those receptacles begin to rock gently to and fro. Well, to explain what this is, and why it's so significant to the museum, I must first tell you a bit about watches. When watches were first made, they were very expensive, a status symbol for the rich, and they ran on elaborate clockwork, a system of tiny, finely balanced weights, cogs and springs, and had to be wound up by hand every day. As time went on, it became possible to make watches cheaply as well, and these often ran on small batteries. But the intricate mechanical ones became a status symbol because of the craft required to make them. Then, a watchmaker discovered a way to use the natural movements of the wearer's arm to keep the mechanical ones charged, without needing either manual winding or batteries. These became the most highly prized and expensive of all. But some very, very rich people might have 2 such watches, or even more. And then, the ones that weren't being worn would begin to lose their charge. And so, the luxury watch companies began to make and sell these objects to their richest clients. Machines in which the buyer could store up to 4 of his spare, luxury, batteryless watches, which would rock them ceaselessly to and fro to simulate the movements of the arm and keep them charged. And it ran, of course, off the mains. And that is why this humble object forms the centrepiece of our Museum of Human Folly, where it stands as a constant lesson and a warning to us, the cockroach people who emerged from the ruins of their doomed civilization, never to be as bloody silly as them.
Well, Store Detective Casterbridge, I've listened to your story and I've done you the courtesy of hearing you out, which is the same thing. But frankly, I don't see what your beef is.
My beef, Ma'am, is a packet of Jaffa cakes unaccounted for.
So? It's probably a simple stock-taking error.
Maybe. And I've got a feeling in my bones, Ma'am, and another feeling in my water. And both of those feelings are telling me this is a case of shoplifters.
God damn it, Casterbridge, not again! You see shoplifters everywhere.
And have I ever let you down?
OK, so you've been lucky a few times.
With respect, Ma'am, it's not luck. It's a nose for crime. Specifically, the crime of shoplifting.
God damn it, Casterbridge, can't you just let sleeping dogs lie without upsetting the apple cart by rocking the boat?
I'm sorry, Ma'am, but what it says on my badge is store detective, and I aim to live up to that.
You made that badge yourself.
Even so, I know I'm right, Ma'am. And if my hunch doesn't pay off, you can have that badge on your desk, and my gun with it.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't have a gun, I'm gonna promise. All right, against my better judgment, you've got 24 hours, for some reason.
Well, Snowman, look alive. It took some doing, but the boss of the supermarket's given us the go-ahead. Are you ready to catch some shoplifters?
You know it, sir.
Then I give you fair warning. The plan I have in mind may not be strictly legal. Are you in?
What's the plan, sir?
We wait by the biscuit aisle and catch them in the act.
I think that is legal, sir.
Ah, well, so much the better, then.
Crime Drama is sponsored by Mulligan's Ice Lollies. Stabbingly delicious.
Now, his dates I have as 1924 to 2014. Is that correct?
That's right, yes. And is it possible to put his age as well?
By all means, yes.
He was so proud of getting to 90.
Yes, of course. So perhaps died 2014 at the age of 90.
Yes, lovely. He'd like that.
I'm glad. Now, as for the stone, I believe you wanted the grey granite.
I don't know. Now I'm here, I think maybe the black is better. Is that possible?
Yes, of course, by all means. But it will be, let me see, £600 more.
Right. But you don't mind that, do you?
Well, no. It's entirely up to you.
I think we'll have the black then.
Right. Sorry, though. Why did you think I would mind?
Well, I don't want to leave you out of pocket.
Yes. I think you may have misheard me. The black granite will actually cost you £600 more.
Cost me?
Yes.
Well, you're not proposing to charge me, surely?
Yes, I'm sorry. Why
well, I would have thought under the circumstances you would waive your fee.
Sorry, what are the circumstances?
My grandfather has died.
Yes, and I'm terribly sorry for your loss.
Oh, thank you. Well, then.
But of course, most of my clients have suffered family bereavement.
Yes, and you don't charge them, do you?
Yes, I do.
You charge them. They come here, grieving and bereaved, and you charge them for a headstone.
You're making it sound much worse than it is.
Am I? Answer me this. Are you trying to profit from my grandfather's death?
Well, I don't think of it like that.
Well, sure you don't, but isn't that exactly what you're doing?
I suppose, technically...
You're a monster!
I really don't think I am. I mean, what am I supposed to live on?
Well, I know what you're not supposed to live on. You're not supposed to live on the proceeds of my grief like some kind of vampire.
I don't think that's what vampires do.
I don't care!
Look, sir, what about everyone else you must have dealt with recently? The undertakers, the florist, even the crematorium. Surely they all charged you?
They better bloody well not have done.
I think you'll find they did, sir. Or they will. How can I explain this? Are you married?
Yes.
Well, you remember how when you were planning your wedding, you had to just pretty much hold your wallet open and let anyone who asked take whatever they wanted?
Yes.
Well, I'm afraid it's the same when someone dies.
But I chose to get married. I didn't choose to get bereaved.
I know, sir. Still, that's the one tiny silver lining. This time, you don't have to pretend you don't mind. One gum, sir.
I thought you were comically on a diet, Snowman.
I am, sir, but I keep comically breaking it. That's my thing this week.
Just don't understand it. If I know shoplifters, and I bloody do, they can never resist returning to the scene of a successful shoplift. And yet, we've been on this stakeout for upwards of 15 minutes now, and nothing to show for it.
Well, you did get the chance to drop all those dark hints to me about your abusive father.
Yes, but that whole bit was really tedious, wasn't it?
I'm afraid it was, rather, sir, yes.
Well, then.
Oh, well, you know what they say, sir. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Why did you say that?
Just thought I would.
It's got no relevance to anything we've been saying.
I suppose not, sir, but sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles.
The cookie crumbles. Of course.
What is it, sir?
I've been such a fool.
No, I think that's me, sir.
A damned fool from start to finish.
No, that's definitely me. Look, it says here on the casting breakdown. Lovable fool this week on a diet.
Come on, Snowman. We've got a denouement to denew.
Crime Drama is sponsored by Mulligan's Ice Lollies. Frozen stiff with not rigor mortis, but scrumptiousness.
Okay, guys, you're all very welcome, be you gazelle or zebra, or I see we've even got a couple of giraffes in. Welcome, welcome. Let me introduce myself. My name's Bethan, and this is my colleague, Ashley.
Hi. So we're here to talk to you today about camouflage. And let me say straight away, I know what you're thinking. Why, in God's name, would we take advice in how not to be seen from a couple of lionesses?
Yeah, it's a fair question, but let me turn it around. In a way, who better to take advice from? Guys, we're the ones you're hiding from, okay? In a funny kind of way, we're your target audience.
Yeah, and most of all, we're the ones who see the mistakes you're making day after day after day. And we're going to start with the zebras.
Yeah, OK, guys, let's start with the good news. The stripes, great. But, guys, you have to think colours, yeah? This is the Serengeti. Where exactly are all the black and white things you're hoping to get confused with?
Precisely. Right? Look at the other guys who've gone with black and white. Right? Penguins. They live in the Antarctic. There's snow, there's, I don't know, black rocks. Point is, it works. Right? Also, pandas. Like, well, they're bears. They can wear what they like.
But here in the savannah, look, us lions aren't even in camo, and even we're better hidden than you are.
Yeah. Which brings us to giraffes.
Yeah. Guys, when I said earlier I could see we had a few of you in, I meant that very, very literally.
Face facts, guys, you're gigantic.
Yeah. And it kind of makes the camouflage just a bit redundant. Oh, you've got spots. Where are you? Oh, I know. You're the 20-foot-tall cow thing on stilts.
Lastly, antelopes, gazelles, impalas, all of you guys will cut to the chase, literally. Yep. It's the tails.
It really is, guys. It's the white tails. Basically, you're just giving us something to chase, so lose them.
Now, that's about it, really, except, I suppose, if Bethan and I had one last piece of advice for you, it would probably have to be always think twice when invited into a seminar room by a couple of lions.
Yeah, sorry about this. The doors are locked. Hate to do this to you. But, come on, you're kind of your own worst enemy.
Well, second worst.
Yeah.
All right, Casterbridge, I've closed the supermarket for the rest of the day, as you asked. Off you go.
You know, all the way along there's been something not quite right about this case. Something nagging away at me. And it took Snowman here to make me see it. That's the way the cookie crumbles, he said. Clumsily and for no obvious reason. But that's just it. The crumbs at the scene of the crime.
Well, what about him?
Simply this, ma'am. That's not the way the cookie crumbles.
Sir, can you please, for God's sake, just tell us what you actually mean?
What I mean is, You don't get crumbs off of Jaffa cakes. Even when you bite them, the spongy bit just sticks to the orangey bit. Try it for yourself.
My God, man, you're right.
So if there were crumbs, then they were put there for us to find. Put there by someone who wanted us to believe that there'd been a shoplifting in order to cover up their own incompetence as a stock taker.
What? You can't mean me, surely, store detective.
I most certainly do.
All right, I admit it. It's my new calculator. The key's got all sticky and the 6 looks like a 2. I'm under a lot of pressure at home. My wife is a cyborg and my dog is divorcing me. I forgot to carry the one, goddammit. I forgot to carry the one.
And so you decided to fake a shoplifting. And just to make it look good, you scattered some crumbs from your own hobnobs.
I prefer hobnobs, personally.
Why are you saying that again?
I was just confirming what you said.
Oh, right.
Right, so hang on. When I said an hour and 50 minutes ago that it was probably just a simple stock-taking error, I was right.
In a way, Mum. In a way.
Because that is precisely what happened. Way.
You needn't worry, Mum. If you want the credit, I won't stop you taking it. Well then, Snowman, isn't it about time you wrapped up your comic subplot?
What was that, boss? Sorry, I was busy eating up these hobnob crumbs.
Oh, Snowman!
Crime Drama is sponsored by Mulligan's Ice Lollies. They're not poisoned.
Subject, revolution. Hi, guys. Comrade Lennon here. Just a quick reminder that it's revolution time again, the 25th of next month. So you should all have this information already. But just to recap, we're meeting at 9:45 by the battleship Aurora in Petrograd, then going on to the Winter Palace later. Bring banners, but no guns, and 20 rubles for the kitty. Look forward to seeing you all there, Vlad.
Grigory Zinoviev is out of office until Monday.
Re-revolution, that's great, comrade. Really looking forward to it. Got a couple of work issues early on, so I might have to skip the Aurora part and swing by to meet you at the Winter Palace. Hope that's okay.
Mikhail, no, sorry, that's not okay. We all have to do it together. It's a show of strength and solidarity, plus we confirmed the numbers weeks ago.
Grigory Zinoviev is out of office until Monday.
Hi, guys. Not to worry. As it happens, I've got an early one the next morning, so probably going to drop out before the Winter Palace. So Mick and I can tag team it. All best, Alexei.
So Mick and I can tag team it? Ooh, didn't know it was going to be that kind of a night.
Trotsky, don't. Alexei, Mikhail, we really do need everyone there for the whole thing, as arranged.
Grigory Zinoviev is out of office until Monday. Hi, Comrade Lennon, just to clarify, are you sure you mean next month, October? Only I had it down as November. Cheers, Pavel.
No, Pavel, as I said in the original email, it's the 25th of October. It is November in the Gregorian calendar, but that doesn't really need to concern us because we, of course, all use the Julian calendar.
Grigory Zinoviev is out of office until Monday.
Julian calendar? Sounds like a hairdresser. Whoops!
Oh, great. Well, if it's November the 25th, I can come for the whole thing. No hassles.
Sorry, can I clarify? Is it November or October? And do we need to bring anything, Lev?
Trotsky, seriously, that's not appropriate. Mikhail and Lev, it's October the 25th. And yes, you need to bring banners and 20 rubles.
Grigory Zinoviev is out of office until Monday. And as Comrade Lennon forgot to say, guns, obviously. Forget your own head next, Vlad. Smiley face.
Guys, I don't actually have a banner. Will one be provided, or what?
Yeah, and I don't have a gun, and actually I'm not massively keen on this being an armed uprising. But look, I don't want to put any noses out of joint, so maybe best if I just bow out gracefully at this stage. Best of luck, though, guys. Have a great one.
Pavel, I did not forget to say guns. We're not bringing guns. This is a peaceful uprising, as agreed in committee, so there's no need for you to flounce off, Mikhail.
Grigory Zinoviev is out of office until Monday.
I wasn't flouncing, actually, comrade. And for someone who's always coming down so hard on Trotsky, I'm not sure that's very appropriate language.
Coming down hard on me? I hope not.
OK, guys, can I just say, there's obviously a bit of confusion here about the month and who's coming and are we bringing banners or guns. Can I just suggest we put it off a few months till we've got ourselves a bit better organised?
Mikhail, I apologise. Of course you weren't flouncing. Trotsky, please don't. Lev, thanks for your input. Really valuable. But there's no confusion. The plans have been in place for weeks.
Grigory's enough the ever out until Monday.
Hi, guys. Actually, you know, I kind of agree with Lev. Let's put a pin in this for now until we've got ourselves sorted out. After all, we want to avoid the kind of chaos we had at Tsar Nikolai's leaving do. Best wishes. Grigory Zinoviev.
Grigory, I thought you were out of the office.
Grigory's enough the ever out.
Oh, right. No, I just put that on sometimes so I could get some work done.
Oh, talking of ex-Tsar Nikolai, I'm having coffee with him on Wednesday. Shall I invite him along to the do?
No, Pavel, that would be massively awkward.
Grigory's enough the ever's out of office until Monday. Oh, well, I've emailed him now, but I can cancel if you really think it would be a problem.
Yes, it would.
Grigory Zinoviev is out of office until Monday. Oh, OK, well, look, can you email him to explain why? I don't really know the history here. I don't want to tread on any toes.
Pavel, you do know the history. You were part of the history. And Grigory, will you please take your out of office off?
Grigory Zinoviev is out of office until Monday.
Seriously, Grigory, take it off.
Seriously, Gregory, take it off. Oh, get a room, you guys.
Shut up, Trotsky!
And that's as far as we've run the simulation. But does that answer your question, madam?
Yes. I mean, it was more of an offhand comment than a serious question, but thank you, yes.
What was your question?
How did anyone ever organise anything before email?
Well, since you will ask me for a tale of time travel, you will find I have already told you one. Good night.
John Finnemore's Souvenir programme was written and performed by John Finnemore with Margaret Cabourn-Smith, Simon Kane, Lawry Lewin and Carrie Quinlan. The producer was Ed Morrish. John Finnemore's Souvenir programme is sponsored by
Mulligan's Ice Lollies. They taste funny, in a good way.
This is John Finnemore's Souvenir programme.
Hello, Clean Water Initiative UK.
Oh, hi, Fiona.
Yes.
Hi, it's Rawley from Buzzword Productions. About Celebrity, if you say so.
Oh, yes, hello.
Hiya. So, yeah, just really calling to let you know we recorded the show yesterday. It all went really, really well.
Oh, great.
I'm happy to tell you that as Richard Bacon's nominated charity, you will be receiving a donation from us for £6,000.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I know.
But didn't you say when we spoke before that it would be 25,000?
Oh, no. I said it could be 25,000. No, 25 was the maximum he could have won.
Right.
But as it worked out, he got knocked out at the second round, unfortunately. But not before he amassed a very respectable £6,000 for your charity, so that's lovely.
So, sorry, just to be clear, you're donating £6,000?
Yeah.
Though you were prepared to donate 25,000.
Well, technically.
But you won't now.
No.
Sorry, can you just explain why not?
Well, because Richard Bacon thought Sooty was a dog.
Sooty was a dog.
Well, that's what Richard Bacon thought, yeah, but he's not. He's a bear. So, therefore, we can only donate £6,000.
Right. Can I just tell you a little bit about the work we do here?
I am a a bit busy.
We provide freshwater wells to villages in sub-Saharan Africa, which at a stroke reduce infant mortality by 80%. They eradicate cholera, diphtheria, tuberculosis.
Amazing. That's really amazing. Honestly, it is. But,
yes.
My hands are tied, really, because when it comes down to it, Sooty is a bear.
I know that.
No, I know you do. I know. But you see, the thing is, Richard Bacon didn't. So you see my position.
Yes. But look, you, the company, must have budgeted for if he had known it.
Well, yes.
You must have earmarked the £25,000 you'd have given if Richard Bacon was more clued up about hand puppets.
Well, technically.
Then can't you just pretend he did?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't think that would be ethical.
You don't think that would be ethical?
Yeah, I'm sorry. We just have to be really careful with ethics on TV, in this climate.
Yeah, but you're fine with withholding £19,000 worth of life-saving water sources because Richard Bacon didn't know Sooty was a dog.
Oh, I'm afraid that clinches it. Sooty was a bear.
I meant bear!
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to take your first answer. Thanks for playing. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my research vessel and to this very first demonstration of my new invention, 20 years in the making, which I hope will revolutionize the way we think about those gentle giants of the sea, the whales. For centuries, mankind has been captivated by the mysterious and beautiful songs of the whales.
This is my grandson. I'm so proud of him.
But only now, with my new whale song translator, will we finally be able to hear the secret meanings behind the mystical songs of these magnificent fish. Or I say the ones who are mammals. I really ought to know this stuff by now. And I'm pretty sure they're fish. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let us at last listen to the language of whales.
What?
I'm a whale.
Cool. Hey!
Yeah?
I'm a whale.
So, that's 20 years I'll never see again.
Hello, I don't think we've met, have we? Are you here for the conference?
I am, yes.
Ah, excellent. My name's Fahrenheit, by the way. Daniel Fahrenheit. University of Amsterdam.
Fahrenheit.
That's right, yes. And you?
Anders Celsius, University of Uppsala.
Ah, pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. It's good to see some younger faces amongst all us old fossils. So, tell me, what are you working on at the moment?
Well, a scale.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a coincidence. To measure what?
Temperature.
Temperature, really?
Yes.
But surely there already is such a scale, is there not?
I believe so.
Yes, there definitely is, and I think it's pretty popular. People seem to like it.
Well, people use it.
I think they use it because they like it.
I think they use it because they have no choice.
Do they need a choice?
There's no harm in choice.
No? Well, maybe a little bit. I'm just thinking, don't you think it'll be a bit confusing having two scales measuring the same thing?
Not really, no. I think people will just switch to the better one.
Or stay with the better one?
Theoretically. But you see, the trouble with the existing scale, I forget its name. Yes, I do. The problem with it is it's a little bit, crazy. Do you know what 0 is on that scale?
I actually do. Yes, it's the freezing point of a mixture of water, ice, and ammonium chloride.
Exactly. I mean, you see how that sounds.
Elegant. It sounds elegant. Why, what else is it going to be the freezing point of?
Water?
But you can't. I mean, why would... Oh.
And, of course, meanwhile, the top of the old scale is...
96, the approximate temperature of the human body, naturally.
Yes, so a random number fixed to a variable.
Well, yes.
Yes, I've gone for the boiling point.
Of what?
Of, once again, water.
Oh.
Yes, and I've labelled that point 100.
Oh, just 4 more. And it's a round number, and so each degree will be... Oh.
So, anyway, that's what I've been working on.
Well, good luck with it. We'll see if it catches on.
Oh, come on. Be gracious in defeat, seriously. Once my system is unveiled, who in the world is going to stick to a scale that goes from the freezing point of ammonium chloride brine to the approximate average body temperature of a human?
Who in the world? Well, I'll tell you exactly who in the world. Americans. Have already learnt my system. You think now they're going to learn a different system just because it's better? They're never going to do that, Mr. Celsius. Never in a million years.
They're not, are they? Oh, God, I forgot about the Americans.
I'm very sorry for you, Celsius. Well, fairly sorry. Call it 70 sorry. Out of 96.
OK, even if I'm 10 minutes late, that means I'm still there by past. I can change my top in the loo. I mean, I might even be able to get away with this one. It's not that creased. And I've got spare tights in my hand... Wait, where's my handbag? Where's my handbag? It was just... Oh, no, it must be here. It must be here. It's got my purse. It's got my keys. Oh, my God. It's got my passport. Oh, no, please. No, I'm sure I had it. I'm sure it was just... There it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, thank God. Yes. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Kids, an evil genie has been reported going around offering to show you the moment of purest, most unalloyed joy and contentment you will experience in the whole of your adult life. It's very important that you just say no.
Right, and the next thing was, I saw this dazzling light.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, were you two sitting here?
No, not exactly.
Ignore us, we're just passing through.
Right.
Yeah, dazzling light, but, you know, not just light, like a sort of beam of pure energy sort of thing coming down from the ship and surrounding me. I really can't describe it.
Don't feel you have to.
No, and the next thing was, yeah, I was there on the ship, and there were these, like, 3 alien fellas looking at me, and one says,
"Do not be afraid, human."
Hey, Ray, can I stop you there?
What? What's the matter?
Don't do the voice, OK?
What?
If you must tell us your alien abduction story, don't do your funny alien voice.
Why not?
Because it's 2208, that's why not. We don't do funny alien voices anymore. It's not the 70s.
But that's what they sounded like.
I don't think they did sound like that. Where were they from?
I don't know, Alpha Centauri, Osiris.
Okay, wait, you know those are really different places, right?
Yeah, they're like millions of light years apart.
Come on, you know what I mean. They were little green men.
Ray, you should take that back.
That is really offensive.
But they were!
They weren't! They might have been viridescent and they might have been bipedal, but they were not little green men!
Yeah, well said.
I'm sorry, but my brother-in-law's green and he has to put up with this kind of crap all the time.
Seriously, Ray, you need to change your attitude.
Yeah.
So what are you saying? You don't believe I was abducted by aliens?
I'm sure you were. These things happen, but that doesn't mean all aliens are abductors or all abductions are done by aliens.
Yeah, exactly. And anyway, Ray, aren't you half Martian?
Yeah, so what?
Well, for God's sake, Ray, 100 years ago it was the Martians who were the aliens.
Yeah, but that was different. When my grandfather came over here from Mars, he came to work. He never abducted anyone.
Ray, shh.
Oh.
Greetings, human life forms. What can I get you to drink?
4 gargle blasters, please.
Very well, it shall be so.
See? They take our jobs.
Ray!
Well, howdy, friends. Guess it's that time of year once again. Ain't it funny how quickly it rolls around? So, here's a little number I wrote in honor of the season. Well, it's here.
Well, it's here.
Yes, it's here.
Yes, it's here.
That particular time of the year.
Ah.
Well, it's here.
Well, it's here.
Yes, it's here.
Yes, it's here.
That particular time of the year. It's just too late for snow, but there's still every chance of sleet. And Christmas trees all dry and brown lie rotting in the street. Let's darn our suits of black or blue, let's wear our ties of grey. For the 5th of February's just another working day. And it's here.
And it's here.
Yes, it's here.
Yes, it's here.
The most miserable time of the year. And it's here.
And it's here.
Yes, it's here.
Yes, it's here.
The most miserable time of the year. Oh, nobody is merry on the 5th of February. With Christmas gone and summer still as distant as can be. It is quite close to Valentine's, but we all know for 99% of us that's lonely, stressful, boring, or all three. So we're here with bad cheer.
With bad cheer.
The most miserable time of the year. So we're here with bad cheer.
Such bad cheer.
The most miserable time of the year. For nobody is merry on the 5th of February. The tax was due 6 days ago. You're either late or broke. The children all have colds or flu. It's getting dark by 2:30. Your New Year's resolutions are a dim and distant joke. But it's here.
But it's here.
Yes, it's here.
Yes, it's here.
The most miserable time of the year. But it's here.
But it's here.
Yes, it's here.
Yes, it's here.
The most miserable, wretchedest, cussedest time of the year.
Guys, I'm just popping out for a coffee. Can I get anyone anything?
Not for me, thanks.
No, I'm fine.
Maybe a tea.
Sure. Milk, no sugar?
That's right, thanks.
No problem. Nothing for anyone else?
No, thanks.
Oh, all right, I'll have a macchiato.
Sure. Actually, I was just going to get them from the canteen, but I can go to a coffee shop if you like.
Oh, great, thanks.
Oh, well, if you're doing that, I'll have a latte. Oh, and can I get one of those little shortbready chocolatey things they do?
Oh, yes, me too, but one of the dark chocolate ones.
Oh, milk chocolate for me.
Right, okay, so 1 tea, 1 macchiato, 1 latte, 1 milk chocolate shortbread thing, 1 dark chocolate shortbread thing. Great.
And a packet of Polos.
I don't think they do polos, actually.
No, they don't, but the newsagent next door does.
Oh, in that case, can I get a copy of Marie Claire?
And a lottery ticket.
A lottery... What, a scratch card?
No, a normal one's fine. My numbers are 6, 12, 18, 41 and 42.
Right, okay, guys, see you all
Oh,
in...
just thought, is the Black Lion open?
I expect so.
Great, can I get a gin and tonic?
A gin and tonic?
No, you're right. Pint of Heineken.
I don't think they let you take the glass away.
I will tell you what, while you're at the newsagents, get a big bottle of water, right, then empty it out and pour the lager into the bottle. Simple.
Okay.
Oh, and could you get me some paint?
Paint?
Yeah, you'll be going past B&Q, won't you? I'm doing my kitchen. I need 1 more tin of yellow.
I don't know which yellow...
It's one of the middling ones.
Yeah, I still don't really know which...
Don't worry, they do refunds. Just get a tin of each of the mid-range yellows and I'll take the wrong ones back. Or you can.
Oh, and while you're there...
Look, sorry, I don't think I can carry anything else.
Oh, no, fine, don't worry, you don't need to. It's just I've been meaning to change my will. So if you pop into Haddon and Marsh on the High Street, just tell them I've decided to split everything equally between Miriam and Sophie and cut Joe out altogether.
Oh, if you're going to Haddon and Marsh, I think they've got divorce papers ready for my husband. Could you pick them up for me and then serve them on him? We think He's living in Glasgow.
Oh, well, if you go to Glasgow...
I'm not going to Glasgow.
No, come on, seriously, we're 90% certain that is where he lives.
I don't care. I'm not going to Glasgow, and I'm not changing your will, and I'm not buying paint or beer or even polo mints. I'm going to the canteen, and I'm buying 2 teas and 3 coffees, and you can work out for yourself who wants them.
You see, Prime Minister? I told you she'd get uppity if we made her Foreign Secretary.
OK, come in, please come in. Welcome to the National Heritage Tesco Restoration Trust. So, time was about 500 years ago. There would have been Tesco's like this one all over the country, sometimes 2 or 3 in a town. But nowadays, alas, there are only 3 preserved Tesco's left in the country. And this is the one and only remaining example of what was called a Tesco Metro. So, if you follow me through the aisles... Now, of course, when the Tesco Metro was up and running, none of these protective force fields would have been up, and shoppers would simply have reached for whatever they wanted, and the holes left would have been refilled by human employees. Now, we believe this job was probably done by children who had the agility to clamber up onto the high shelves and were known as shelf monkeys. How old are you, young lady?
I'm 4.
Well, if you'd lived in Elizabethan times, maybe you'd have been a shelf monkey. And now we come to the pride and joy of the Tesco Metro, the self-service checkout. Now, this one's been lovingly restored by a team of volunteer vintage computer enthusiasts. Unfortunately, we don't have the original recordings, but we recreated them as best we can. So, who'd like to try their hand at self-ing service? How about you, sir, in the excellent 21st century period costume? I especially like the top hat. No? Then you, madam. Well, if you take this, it's not a real tin of beans, I'm afraid, in case you were thinking of running off with it and making your fortune. Now, it will have noticed your presence, so any moment it should...
Hail, good marketeer. A groovy day to you. I bid you welcome to this Tesco Metro. Approach ye now to check out number 4, good buddy.
OK, off you go.
Hello, I'm Jill. I'd like to have these beans, please.
He can't hear you. Look, just wave your can of beans in front of it.
Like this?
Beep! Great Scott! A can of beans by my trough. Far out.
Great, well done. Now put it down.
Here?
No, in the...
Whoa, dude, not cool. That can of beans thou have just scored, place it now upon the bagging place, you bally blighter.
Now, we know from the contemporary accounts of jesters at the time that the bagging place was very important to these machines.
Right, yes. There.
Top hole. You're all right, kid. Keep on trucking.
Well done. And then what would have happened, which we can't do for you now, of course, is that you'd have paid for your beans, which means you'd have given the Tesco Metro a little tiny bit of your wealth. And the Tesco Metro would have used that partly to buy more beans, partly to pay the shelf monkeys, and a little bit it would have kept for itself. And the idea was, because everyone was buying things from everyone else, it would all sort of balance out in the end. But it didn't quite work out like that, as we all know. Any questions?
Yes, what exactly was it that brought down capitalism, sir?
Well, it was a complicated business, and when you go to school, you learn all about it. But what it boils down to is, in the early 21st century, a radio sketch show made fun of it, and it basically never recovered.
Well, since you ask me for a tale of twisted science and meddling with forces beyond our control, I do have one cautionary tale you may find tedious. It took place in the spring of 1908, a year which found me even more than usually rich. As a result, I took time off from diving into my swimming pool full of gold florins, only to recover from the various head injuries thus sustained. And to catch up on the begging letters and business proposals I received. One, in particular, caught my eye. Dear Herr Finnemore, it read, please to come at once to Austria. I have succeeded in tampering with the laws of nature and trespassing into the forbidden realm, with results that I am 95% certain are entirely positive and beneficial to mankind. call it 90%. 80 for safety. You're scientifically, not in an evil way, Dr. Krupenstein, Castle Krupenstein, Krupenstein. Intrigued, I hailed a passing Zeppelin and flew at once to Castle Krupenstein. It was a forbidding Gothic edifice with high turrets and the curious property of being constantly backlit. The door swung open, and I beheld behind it a giant of a man, or perhaps I should rather say creature.
Herr Finnemore, welcome to Castle Krupenstein.
Why, thank you, said I, blanching somewhat. And you, I take it, must be Krupenstein himself.
No, that is a very common mistake. Krupenstein is actually the name of the inventor. I am Krupenstein's...
monster.
Husband?
I do apologize.
Gretchen, the Englishman is here for you. He's very rude.
Excellent, excellent. I am Dr. Krupenstein. Please to come with me. The invention is through here.
She led me through into a dim workshop.
Allow me now, Herr Finnemore, to show you something that will change the course of the whole world. Probably for the better. I'm about 60% sure of that.
And with a flourish, she swept a base clock off a curious machine of brass and polished wood. I examined it minutely. Well, I said, I must confess it seems to me not obviously distinguished from any other base cloth.
Not the cloth, you fool. This! I have invented a time machine.
Great heavens, I cried. Can it be a machine that actually measures time? Although, wait, surely clocks...
It does not measure time. Get in, I'll show you. You see, Herr Finnemore, 1908 will be forever remembered as the year in which mankind finally slipped our temporal bonds and learnt to travel freely in time.
Oh, come, Frau Doctor.
You don't believe me? Then let me show you. Where would you like to go? Say, 100 years into the future?
And with that, she pulled a brass lever, and with a noise like a radiophonic workshop, the world seemed to melt away and reform itself anew. But now, of a sudden, it appeared as if we were aboard some strange ship. For centuries, mankind has been captivated by the mysterious and beautiful song of the whales.
This is my grandson. I'm so proud of him.
Good Lord.
Or would you go further? 300 years.
Again, she pulled on the lever, and this time when the world returned, we found ourselves seated in some strange tavern of the future.
Right, and then the next thing was, I saw this dazzling light.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, were you two sitting here?
No, not exactly.
Ignore us, we're just passing through. Maybe even 500.
And at once, we found ourselves at the back of a group poring over a device at once ancient and futuristic.
So, who would like to try it around that selfing service? How about you, sir, in the excellent 21st century period costume? I especially like the top hat.
And then all at once, we were back in our own time, the machine perched innocently on a Viennese lakeside. Well, Frau Doctor, said I at length, it's an amusing toy, no doubt. But I confess I cannot see the practical application. Now, if it could travel into the past...
Oh, but it can.
It can? Why, then this changes everything.
Well, indeed it will. And I would say 51%, probably in a good way.
Why? Why, with a time machine, we can go back and kill,
Yes?
We can kill,
Kill who?
I don't know. It just seemed for a moment like there must be one person on whom we could blame all the ills of our age, and anyone with a time machine should certainly go back and kill them. But, now I come to think of it, in 1908, there isn't really. I mean, there was Gladstone, I suppose, but he was more boring than evil.
Thank you, Herr Finnemore. You have opened my eyes. I tried to hide it, but all along I've had my doubts about the possible effects of my discovery. And your reaction proves it. Of course, people will use this invention for murder and destruction, as they use every scientific breakthrough. The only ethical course is for me to push it into this lake.
Oh, no, don't do that!
Too late.
Oh, well, that's a shame. And as the last bubbles of the machine subsided, taking with them my last hopes of becoming some sort of beloved, eccentric hero who travelled through time killing people, a sallow, dark-haired young man sidled up to me with a set of canvases under his arm.
Excuse me, mein Herr, while you're here, would you like to buy a painting of the lake?
What? Oh, no, thank you. Let me see. My word, these are all awful. I suggest you give up painting, my lad, and find some other line of work.
Okie dokie.
Good night. John Finnemore's Souvenir programme was written and performed by John Finnemore with Margaret Cabourn-Smith, Simon Kane, Lawry Lewin and Carrie Quinlan. Original music was by Susanna Pierce. The producer was Ed Morrish. And if you'd like to hear the show again, then... thank you.